Hi, it's Dave again with DRH Acrylic Creations. Today is my installment of Nate's Art Lab collaboration for the month of December. Our assignment this month was to represent our favorite holiday treat. That was a difficult one for me because I like them all. And so I picked two that I thought I could represent. This was a difficult project for me. I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it was. I've stepped way out of my comfort zone, and most of this video, as you're going to see, is going to be sped up dramatically because its final footage was around 180 minutes. So, you know, nobody wants to sit through that. So, without any further ado, let's take you down and look at the colors, and we'll get started. So, I got two reds. This is Bordeaux Red and Hot Cinnamon. Bordeaux Red is Arteza. Hot Cinnamon is ColourArte Bling It. And this is Harvest Gold, and that's Pixie Dust. Harvest Gold is this little Piggy, and Pixie Dust is ColourArte Bling It. This is Mint by this little Piggy. Black Forest by this little Piggy, and this is a combination of three things. This is Opal Dust by Sonja, Snowflake by Eye Candy, with a tiny bit of titanium white from TriArt. So that's my white, that's my separator, and so gold going to be, by the way. So I'm really just trying to figure this out. What I'm going to be reminiscent of are going to be hard candies. The greens are kind of the Christmas side of things, but the reds and the whites with the golds in as color is going to be what's going to be my representation. And what I'm going to do is a simple swipe in two different directions, and we're looking for cells, and that's all I'm looking for today. Something to work off for the second part of this. And I'll explain that when we get there. Okay, first thing going down is my pillow paint. This is the pour that I'm going to do. It's actually going to be a double swipe. I'm going to swipe in one direction, then I'm going to swipe in the other. The whole point with this is not for a beautiful painting by itself. I think the swipes came out nice, but what I was looking for were just simply cells. And if I got the cells, I was going to be very, very happy. And I think I did. You'll see what I do with the cells. Once I get everything swiped out, I'm going to go to the other side and swipe that. You know, the white that I had just didn't stand up. So now I'm going to add some more on this side so I can do the secondary swipe on the other side of the canvas. I think we're about there. I'm just doing the cleanup. So I'm going to do some spinning, some stretching. Like I said, this is sped up 20 times, folks. It's a lot. Okay, what I'm doing there is I'm just making swirls. I'm doing modifications because that's where our little candy pieces are going to be. And I'll explain that when we get to it. Okay, we're back for the next part. The circles are down for each one of my shapes. And what these are going to represent, when I'm finally done, they're going to be the hard candies, those little round ones. So I'm in the goal to keep this very simple. Thank goodness, because we're going to have a steady hand for this next part. The danger of doing a glue gun directly on the canvas is you get it right the first time, because there's generally no second try. So let's get down. I'm going to start slowly and see what we can come up with. Again, this is 20 times as fast. Now, I'm sorry, my head comes into play a lot in this piece. When I get concentrating, I forget to keep track of where my camera is. About there. All I'm doing is I'm just using my glue gun to encircle those, to highlight them and give me something to work with. Now, what I'm going to do with this next is I have the idea to basically, I'm kind of undecided. Do I want to paint it out, or do I want to go the leafing? And honestly, I think the leafing will take away. I want to make this a nice solid color, so that the colors in each one of these, a nice darker color, so the colors in each one of these will pop out a little bit more. So I got to make a decision here as to what color I'm going to do. To complementary to what we have here, but not so dark that it's going to get in the way with this one popping out. So tough stuff. Let's see what we can come up with. So let's start out. I am going to be using Prism Pour in, hope you can read that, that's Peacock. So it's a nice blue-green with a little bit of shimmer. And I'm just going to put it down. I have some water in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it to color, to what color I want to see. Treat this as a wash. I did another piece recently with the same concept, and it came out okay. So let's see if this works for this, and we'll go from there. Okay, and as you're going to see, this wash is really extremely light, and I think my initial idea of going with a dark color was probably, well, no, it wasn't probably. It's at the end, it's what I end up doing. I struggled with that part of it. So I'll let you watch. This is originally from Me Paintings, and she does such a wonderful job with this style. And this is just my attempt to do something very similar. So I'm going to put, I'm going to stop right now. I'm going to let this dry a little bit and see what I can come up with after the fact. So I'll be right back. Okay, now while I wait for this to dry, I have some, let's see this the best way, some Fimo clay, polymer clay. And this is a first for me also. I have never played with this clay at all, but I have watched people like Justin East and several others who do this regularly. And I'm fascinated by the multimedia aspect of working with the clay. Let's see if we can get this softened up a bit. Let's speed this up while I do that just for a second. But basically, I'm trying to get this into a ball and warm it up, and so I can work it. So, this takes a little bit of time. I cut some of it out so that you didn't have to sit through that. Even at 20 times faster, it was a slow process. So let me explain to you how I got that pattern on the pattern on my little bit of Fimo Dro, or the clay. The one thing about clay is it is extremely transferable. You can take as I did with this, I just, on a piece of, this is parchment paper, I drew the outline of the circle, and I decided how much of an arc I wanted for each piece of this. Then I transfer that arc into the rest of it into the form I wanted to transfer. And I just repeated the pattern all the way around. It's not perfect, but you know what? It's going to be pretty close. So with a little bit of fiddling around, I think we'll be just fine. So I'm going to cut each one of these out. So I'm going to So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to cut another one over here. You notice that's off center. That's not exactly right. You see what my point is. And I'm going to fiddle with this. Again, 20 times faster. Okay. So I end up with my piece of candy, at least in the raw form. I'm going to continue to smooth this out just a little bit, but you got the point. So I'll be right back. Okay, I got my gold leaf out. I'm going to start a little bit of gold leaf, and I haven't made up my mind about the outside yet, but I guess we're going to find out as we go along. I'm going to go around and just coat the part I want it to stick to. We are rolling down to the end. I want you to notice that I did darken it out. Although I didn't do a complete opaque job, you can still see through it. So it was kind of happy compromise. I just didn't like the way it was sitting. So I couldn't see the ornaments or the candies very well. So I decided, well, let's just make the plunge. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to take some Posca pins and I'm going to outline a little bit of it to lighten up just around the edges and darken up one side. So I'm going to put you on music and fast forward this. Now that's a minor change, very minor. So my next step is going to be, I could take a brush and run that in just a little bit more, but I think I'm just going to leave it alone because I kind of want that to lift off the canvas just a little bit more than it is. You guys probably noticed I did go in and fix this up a little bit. I don't know if it's perfect, but you know, it's what it is at this point. Okay, I could probably go in and fill in just a little bit with my Posca pin with the parts that just didn't catch and color out some of the reds that got in there. There I have my head in the camera again. Don't pay attention, that's what happens. Okay, I'm going to call that good. I don't want to go overboard. And so for the last step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of resin in each one of these to make it go boink. So let me get to that. Okay, got my resin, got my cup that I'm going to use. Okay, and I got my glitter. And when I talk about putting glitter into my, I don't know if you can see that. Basically, there's hardly anything on there. I basically just put a coating on the spoon. Doesn't take a lot. All I wanted to do is give it a little bling, a little bit of shine. So, mix that in there. It's gonna be way more than I need. Okay, this doesn't take rocket science. I'm just filling it up just a little bit. So I'm going to put you on fast forward. Okay, and with that, I'm going to clean up a little bit of a mess I have here. Hopefully I can. But overall, that helped a whole lot. Just that little bit that I did helped a whole lot.
If you'd like to help, leave a like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications of future videos. It really does help, and it's absolutely free.
Well, that's my installment for Nate's Art Lab December collaboration. I found this an extremely challenging collaborative piece for me today. I stretched further than I've ever stretched before, and I hope you were able to get something out of it. Until next time, bye for now.